Plaintiff Kristen Souders says the defendant and her husband were like second parents to her until the defendant falsely accused Kristen of sleeping with her husband. Kristen's suing them today for rent and storage fees. Defendants Gary Shane and his wife Jacqueline admit that Jacqueline suspected Gary and Kristen of having an affair, but insists it's only because Kristen's husband put those ideas in her head. They claim Kristen is suing for more than they owe.
Start with you.
So, Jackie and Gary have been like my family for 20 plus years. Jackie was best friends with my mom growing up, and their daughter was mine and my sister's best friend. A few years back, my mom passed away. About a year ago, their daughter passed away. So we've literally just, joined families, and they become like my second mom and dad. That's how I look at them. That's how I see them, as like my parents. So that's not the case anymore. We don't talk anymore because Jackie has got it in her head that I am sleeping with Gary.
I'm sorry. It might be. Just give me a minute.
I'm sorry?
He said it might be.
All right.
I know, ridiculous, right?
I believe it.
I look at him like my
right along
dad.
with her, you believe the testimony she's gonna give?
Yeah.
She said she's trying to come for her handsome husband,
Yep.
her young, spry, handsome husband. He's young and spry, isn't he, man?
Am I young and
Oh,
spry?
yes.
Young, spry, and handsome.
Most assuredly.
All right, that's why she wants your man. Your own young,
Who wouldn't
spry,
want
and handsome. Go ahead, man. I'm gonna cut her off now and let you tell me, because I believe you'll tell the truth. You seem to be a good church lady.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Your Honor, her husband is what drove me.
He
to
hitting on
police.
your husband?
No, her husband.
That's what I'm saying. He's hitting on your husband?
He was
Trying to take your husband?
No. No, her husband had me convinced that something was going on between Kristen
Got it.
and my husband.
Your husband snitched on you. Go ahead. What did you say to your husband?
What did I say to him?
Yeah. Did you wring his neck or something? Put
I
him
was just
out?
watching
Lock him out?
No,
something?
actually,
He
I was
messing
just
with this
watching
woman.
him.
Huh?
It was unbelievable, actually, but I was just watching him because her husband had me halfway convinced that this was actually going on.
Kept an eye on him.
Huh?
You kept an eye on him.
I was watching very closely.
Every
yes, I
move he
was.
made.
Something like that.
Sir,
Yes.
you been cheating?
No.
Why you turn away when you said that? When I asked him, man, he turned to the side and said, no. He couldn't look me in my eye.
He has a history. Can I say that?
Yes.
Okay.
He has a history
He
of
has a history.
cheating.
He has a history, yes, in that area.
You're a regular playboy, huh?
He used to be.
Man, a few words.
You don't have to say nothing when you
Right.
got it all. You know what I mean? You don't need no rap.
Man of action.
Most of us need to rap. You
Yeah.
need some kind of, you got to be able to say something.
Yeah.
When you real at that high level of player,
Elite.
when you're in the elite player level, you just,
It's all about the action.
you got to say a word. You just,
Defendants Gary Shane and his wife Jacqueline were friends with the plaintiff, but she claims Jacqueline falsely accused her of having an affair with Gary.
all right. Okay. And why are we suing him for the rent and the storage fees, or the two of them? What happened? Give me background there.
Okay, so their house burnt down. They had been actively looking for a house to buy.
When?
Couldn't find one.
When did it burn down?
It's been,
Month, year, season?
yeah,
year?
it's been 3 or 4 years back.
What happened? No one was in it, was it?
No, thank
Okay,
God.
good. Go ahead.
So they needed a place to stay. Obviously, we had all agreed to let them come stay at my house. I have several kids, small kids. I was at the time separated from my husband. That's apparently why him and Jackie became best friends. So, anyways, we all agreed for them to pay $500 a month and help with utilities if I needed it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like much of an agreement. That's nothing I can enforce. I can enforce that 500, but not when I needed it.
Okay.
Agreements. Go
Okay.
ahead.
The agreement was definitely $500 a month.
Got that.
Paid by them to me for rent. Started out, they paid every month. This started out in 2020. In June of 2020 is when they officially moved in. They also had a bunch of things that they needed stored. They had been paying for 2 storage units at the time, 2 separate ones with all their stuff. So I have a pretty big garage. So I
What
told,
months did they fail to pay rent?
okay, so they failed to pay. They were there for over a year. For the first 7 months, they paid.
Okay.
February of 2021, they stopped paying.
September. Okay, I got them all. It's February to September.
February to September, correct.
Equaling 4,000. And the storage fees, how so?
So after,
That's a lot.
I didn't
too.
charge
That's
them.
over $1,000, it appears.
I charged them after they moved out on me and owed me all that back rent. I started, at that point, I'm storing your things for you. You would have to pay for a storage unit like you did before you moved in, and now I'm your storage unit. So $100 a month storage unit fee, I think is
This
pretty
is
good.
when they moved, obviously. And
They have still yet to come get their things.
there you go. That's
It
what I'm-
takes up over half of my garage, and my garage is big. I have pictures of all their stuff in there. I work out of
How
my
many
garage.
months has it been?
10 months?
All right. And you've requested they pay or move the thing?
Several times.
All
Several
right.
times.
All right. Let me hear from you, Mr. Shane, on the rent and the storage fees.
Well, I mean,
You agreed to pay $500 a month?
yes, I did.
Okay. Do you owe for is it from February 21 to September 21?
I mean, Jackie says that she don't feel like we did because she babysitted her kids all the time and stuff, and she was giving her money for gas and stuff for her to run around, and so she felt like she didn't have to pay the rent anymore. That in place.
Well,
she
y'all
thought-
were running around together,
Well,
wasn't
that's her story.
Miss Jackie, they were running around together.
Actually, Your Honor, Kristen has 6 children. Oh, I don't know if you knew that or not. Okay. Anyway, she has like 6 children, and if I'm not mistaken, it started over the holidays when I skipped some rents. But I was providing Christmas for the kids, so I ended up spending a lot more money on, and I know grandparents and all that, but I mean, I literally provided the whole for each one. I couldn't, once you do one of them, you have to get
So
them
you're
all.
pretty much saying that you had to prioritize that over rent,
I did.
gifts over rent.
I did.
All right, you can't buy what you want and beg for what you need. So in this case, you asked to get off rent to buy gifts, and you're admitting that you owe, right? But you say subtract fees for babysitting. Did she agree to subtract monies for your babysitting?
I never charged her for babysitting. I just
Okay.
felt like I spent a whole lot of money on the holidays.
Storage fees, what do you say to that? She says you left them there for 10 months. What do you say?
You guilty? Oh, are you asking me? I'm sorry, guilty.
Yes,
I thought
either
you said
one.
Mr. Shane. I'm sorry. Guilty. That's definitely guilty.
Guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty.
I mean, I
Liable.
don't know if she
She
brought any
was
pictures or
wrong.
not, but yeah,
Liable.
I can't deny that, no.
So do you think you owe?
I didn't
storage
know that she
fees?
was charging me, but see, he spoils the girls, and he promises all this stuff that I really don't know everything about sometimes.
That's what he does. He promises
That's what
women, and
Yeah, that is
know
what he
that.
does.
that's what players do, man. You started off saying he was a player.
He is.
And
Well, he
Doyle
was.
noticed even.
No.
Doyle don't know the game as
He
well
was.
as most
Square as
folks.
can be.
I
He's
say he
square, and
was.
he even noticed. He said, "Look at him, how
Well, he
doing
still
this."
probably has it
He
in
said,
him,
"That's
but,
what
but
players do."
He's been calming down a whole lot. I have to say, I don't know him playing really. I thought he was at one point in time, but I think I've gotten over that, honestly. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't-
All right. Thank goodness he has
don't think
calmed
that's
down. But the point I'm making is that on the storage fees, unless she agreed to allow you all to keep it there without any compensation, and then she asks you for compensation, and then you still leave it there, that's when you have a problem. If she says, "Give me money or move," you got to move your stuff out. What she says, "Move it out," and you don't, and 10 months go by, you've abandoned it. When did she start asking you to move the things out? Do you recall?
She's been a butt for a minute now.
I guess so.
I don't.
Ever since we
Do
moved
you
out.
recall?
I really
Ever
don't.
since we moved out.
That's 10 months. And you haven't got, why didn't you get it? She's been asking you for 10 months. Ever since you moved out.
I've yet to buy another house.
That's called abandonment.
Okay.
Anything else from you, ma'am? Yes.
I'm sorry. I do have a house. I've applied for a loan on, or we've applied for a loan on and everything, and hopefully it won't be much longer. Hopefully we'll have it out of there here shortly. Excuse me. We've been house shopping ever since the house fire, pretty much, and I think we've.
Okay. All righty. And nobody gets high, right?
I know.
I'm not talking about you.
Okay. All right.
I'm talking about player.
Oh. No.
He's high on love.
You getting high, man?
Pardon me?
Huh?
You getting high?
No.
Okay. Judgment for the plaintiff. There's no legal defense to you all not paying. You admit that you stayed there and was unable to pay. You also admit to leaving your things there for 10 months, even though she repeatedly asked you to come get them. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
I'm sorry we had to come to this. I love you all. I always have, like my family, and it broke my heart that you all did me like y'all did, especially you, Jackie.
I just put the kids over this.